How's everyone doing? Welcome back to another video on my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be going over last week's price action. We only took 2 trades last week, to be honest, but I'm going to break them down for you now. If you do want to watch me trade live every single day, then press the link in the description to my Discord. Also in the description below is my 80% discount code for Apex Trader funding, so you can get any evaluation for 80% off. A 300k funded is around £30. And without further ado, let's get straight into this video and show you the trades we took. Market open was at 9:30. Which was this candle here, okay, and we were clearly bullish. Trump had just been elected and the markets were flying, okay. If you traded last week, you'll know the market was extremely bullish. Crypto was flying, every single stock was flying. Like, if anybody didn't catch a single buy last week, then I don't know, because it was so easy. But the trade that we took here was genuinely perfect, okay, genuinely perfect. The setup was amazing. So you'll see here that we are extremely bullish, okay, the bias is bullish, Trump's just been elected, everything's going up. The only thing I'm interested in at this point was to look for a buy position. And the way we're going to do that is wait for a good entry model that we can just hold, okay, that was the end goal. And you'll see that here, we started chopping after 10 AM, okay, so we're half an hour into the session, we didn't really have any entry models at all, we're just going up. And then we started forming this kind of accumulation, which was interesting me, and on the stream, I said the only way that we're going to get an entry model here is if we come down, sweep some kind of sell-side liquidity and get a continuation up and a reversal. And that is exactly what happened. So when I see this kind of scenario play out, I'm already predicting what is going to happen. I already know what I want to happen. So here you'll see we manipulate down shortly. Okay, there. So here we manipulate down. And that is such a clear manipulation. Why? Because look at the candles here. You see how this is an accumulation? Okay, price wasn't moving for 20 minutes. And then suddenly we got a drop. So it's a clear manipulation. What's the most important thing is that this is a liquidity sweep. Okay, this is where most people now would have been selling. Because they see this bearish momentum down and they think we're going to absolutely plummet. Okay, they see these big bearish candles and they think that this is where we're going to reverse. This I did not know was going to happen, but we also tapped into this 1 minute gap, which was amazing. Okay. This adds extra confidence, of course. We've tapped into a bullish gap and we've bounced. We've also had a clear liquidity sweep and we've also got a clear 1 minute bearish gap. This setup was absolutely perfect. Unfortunately, we didn't get the entry model, okay, because this happened. The trade setup was that good, okay, the market didn't let us get in. What happened next was amazing and did actually give us an entry. So here we manipulated back down, and at this point now I was thinking one of two things is going to happen. The first being, we are now going to use this bullish as an inversion and we're going to absolutely plummet, okay? But I was too bullish for that to happen. So on the flip side, I was hoping that this 1 minute would hold up and we could use this gap as another inversion. And that is exactly what happened, okay? So we come down, we're still respecting this 1 minute. And I think it was this candle. This candle was extremely clean. Do you see what I mean when I say the inversion is a clean inversion? Like, that candle close there is incredible. You see how bullish it is? Okay, it's straight up, not hardly any wick, and we've got a clear target above. So here we enter a long position, and we simply targeted this first level as our first TP, and then we were going to go to break even and see how long we could let it run. And you'll see when I play it through, we took the TP literally within the first candle, which was amazing. We then went to break even. And at this point now, I said to everyone on stream, just let the trade run, close profit when you're happy. But you get the point, that was a great setup, and that is what we took on Thursday. There's the trade that we took. Now, I'm going to break it down for you, so you can understand why I entered. So here, we had a clear and obvious buy side target, and you'll see on Friday, we were literally chopping sideways. So at this point, I wasn't even interested in trading at all. The only thing I was interested in is buys, and that was if the setup was clean. So here we had a liquidity sweep, okay, price shot straight up and took out these highs that were resting here. So at this point there was no entry models at all that I really liked. This fair value gap wasn't bad, but it wasn't that obvious, and we didn't really invert it well. And a couple of people did enter off this one, but I personally didn't. I wanted to wait for a lot cleaner of a setup to target this high. And that's what we got. So we swept this low, and now you should be noticing that we've got this clear and obvious low here. Okay, we've had a leg up, we've had a pullback, and we've had a continuation. So this is the low that's holding up this leg. So for me to enter a trade, I need a liquidity sweep. That's one of the main things in this model. We need a liquidity sweep. You'll see here that we do get a liquidity sweep. Look how clean that sweep is. Look how clean that sweep is. We literally wick below and bounce straight back up. Obviously, you've just seen that we've left a 1 minute gap. Now, what's important about this is the fair value gap isn't that clear or obvious because I've had to zoom in, you know, it doesn't stand out to you at all on the screen. But the only reason I did like this is because it was the only one in the leg. That was the only reason I liked it. Because if you look at this candle here, this chop, there was nothing. And then suddenly we displaced lower. So I was thinking, okay, we've swept this liquidity, we've displaced lower, which looks like it's a manipulation leg. And we've left a 1 minute gap, and it's the only one in the leg. Not only that, we're extremely bullish, and we've got a clear higher day. I'd say it was like a B setup, maybe a low A setup. It wasn't A plus by any means, but it was definitely not the worst setup I've seen. And another good thing is how we inversed. Look how we inversed. That there is another major reason why I entered. Now, what I mean by how we inversed is if candles started doing this, okay, and then we get the inverse, that is not what we want to see, okay, because that means the market isn't really that bullish. Because if we're hesitating to break through and slowing down, the momentum's not there, chances are we're probably just going to chop and, you know, get stopped out. When we get a clear manipulation straight back through a gap with no reaction whatsoever, I mean, the wick is hardly even there, you know, and look at the size of the candle. It's a clear manipulation, it's a bullish candle straight through a bearish gap. At this point now, I was like, okay, the momentum's good, we're bullish, we've swept liquidity, it looks a pretty good setup. And the risk to reward was amazing. And you'll see, look how fast we shot up. Okay, the first TP got hit within 2 minutes. That was a 20-point gain. After we went to break even, and I closed 50%. And then, you know, literally 3-4 minutes later, we smashed straight through the high, break high of day. And that was it for the week. Okay, that was the 2 trades I took last week. And that's a very important thing you've got to understand. That less is genuinely more. Less is more in trading. You do not need to trade every single day. As long as you take the good setups, whenever they may appear, whether it be once a week, twice a week, even 0 times a week. You've just got to take the good setups. That's simply it, okay? But yeah, that is literally it for today's video. There's the weekly recap. Those are 2 trades we took. If you want access to my streams, make sure you click the link in the description. Join the free trading Discord. I'll see you in there. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next video.